Welcome to the City of Caldwell podcast. We have Melissa Gentry from the Boys and Girls Club of Canyon County. Melissa, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got to where you are now?
Awesome. Born and raised in Nampa, Skyview grad. Went to NNU and started in the education program. Thought I was going to be a teacher and realized that's not exactly where I was and what I wanted to fit into. So went to the business department, and then that wasn't fitting either, and I knew I really wanted to do nonprofit work. I was a candy striper for Mercy
Nice.
way back when, and I really had the passion for the nonprofit world and the volunteering and events. And so worked with NNU, and they gave me an independent study as nonprofit management. And fell in love with the Boys and Girls Club, started right out of college. And was checking kids in and out, was at the front desk, and realized the mission and how much the club helps and impacts families that don't have any other options. And so continued with the Boys and Girls Club and did special events and marketing for 10 years, and now CEO for these last 3 years. Married, my husband and I were high school sweethearts, and we have 2 boys that are very active in 4-H and baseball. So we do a lot of ag and a lot of traveling for baseball and things like that with our boys. So
That's like a full-time job on top of
Yes.
a full-time job, probably. Well, thanks for sharing a little bit about yourself. Now tell us, what is the Boys and Girls Club? Who is the Boys and Girls Club? Yes, for anybody who maybe has heard of it or maybe hasn't heard of it at all, like what is the Boys and Girls Club?
yeah, so the Boys and Girls Club is primarily an after-school program. We serve kids 6 to 18 at our locations. We have been in Nampa since '99. And just recently we've expanded to Caldwell, and we're super excited to be in Caldwell. We serve about 500 kids a day between our 5 locations. We have 2 primary sites, which one is Help Install location in Nampa. That's been our original. And now we're in ICA next to the school district as our second one. And then we have 3 school sites. We have one at Iowa Elementary, Willow Creek Elementary, and Washington Elementary here in Caldwell. But we charge $25 per child per year, and we fundraise the rest. And we do education programs and healthy activities and healthy lifestyle programs. We have staff in all of our areas, and we complement with volunteers, but we do tutoring. We pay teachers to stay late to tutor kids. And we provide breakfast, lunch, and supper on full days. So the club is open when school's not in session. So spring break, teacher in-service days. Summer, we're open 7 a.m. till 6:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. And we provide fun activities for kids so they can continue to learn and grow in a safe environment with staff and mentors that care for them. And we're super excited to be expanding in Caldwell and that we're here now. We've been here for about a year, and our numbers are just growing and the needs here, and we're excited to be a part of this amazing city.
Great. All right, Melissa, who does the Boys and Girls Club serve?
So we have intentionally low fees, so we can target, the low income and kids that may not have any other options for them to do after school. But we are open to everyone. We serve kids ages 6 to 18. We charge, again, $25 per child per year. So again, we try to keep it low enough that anyone can join. But with that, we also do scholarships for ones that might be a lot of money. $25 doesn't seem like a lot, but if you have 3 or 4 kids, that's now $100, so they might need help there too. So again, we try to really serve those low-income kiddos that may not have any other options, but we are open for any kids that need it. We're seeing a lot of parents now that can't afford to stay home. Both parents have to work to make it, and so what do you do with your kids? You need a positive, safe place for kids to go, and that's what the Boys and Girls Club does. We have many different activities and things that they can do, from our education programs where we pay teachers to stay late and tutor, to our sports programs where we have basketball and pickleball and volleyball and outside football and baseball and different things like that they can experience as well that they may not be able to get. Because some parents may be even able to afford these programs, but it's the time too. If you're working, how do you get your kid to practice? How do you get your kid to games? And we can help provide some of that support for those parents.
Great. Can you tell us a little bit about your feeding kitchens? Is that what it's called? Yeah.
So our feeding programs, we're so excited to have a new nutrition program. We were able to partner with some businesses in Nampa. Our kitchen was built in '99. It was a residential kitchen that was put in. And we couldn't serve 230 and now 500 kids out of that kitchen. Many of our kids are food insecure. What they eat at the school is what they're going to get the rest of the day. And so we wanted to make sure that kids go home fed and that their bellies are full. So we're now serving supper. We have a great partnership with the City of Caldwell and the Caldwell School District. And we're actually using Syringa and Caldwell to also feed the kids in Caldwell. And so we now have 2 kitchens and 5 nutrition staff that feed them on full days. So like summer right now, breakfast, lunch, and supper. But after school, we're serving supper as well. So they can go home with their bellies full so they can start the day over again the next day.
Nice. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah.
Now, can you tell us what are your aspirations as far as the Caldwell location? I think there's been thoughts of maybe keeping it where it's at, but maybe expanding to different places. You know, what's your overall, I guess if you had a magic wand, what would it look like?
Yeah, so we're really working hard to see our expansion in Caldwell. We were blessed and had a great grant that helped us open Caldwell and kind of get us in the doors, but now we've got to sustain that. The building we're in is amazing, but it's on 3 stories and needs to be renovated. We don't have elevators, and we serve kids on all 3 stories. So we're really looking at ways of, do we stay at the location and expand, or do we look at other properties? And that's what we're looking at now. But my dream is many of our families need help. And a lot of times those services aren't open when they can get there. And so why not provide those services at the club? In Nampa, we have a great partnership with the Nampa Police Department, and we have a substation. And now Chief Ingram has also agreed to have that partnership in Caldwell. So we're looking forward to working with the Caldwell Police Department, and our goal is to have officers in our building. What better way to build those relationships than having those officers walk through the building and give a high five to kids that maybe not see them in the light that most of us see them in, and so they can really break down those barriers for the PD. But we also want resources in there. Why can't we have a food bank in there, washers and dryers that kids can use? If they're going to be at the club, why not go throw your laundry in and get it washed while you're there? So we're working with the city and Chief and Dr. French, the superintendent of Caldwell School Districts, of seeing what is the need for Caldwell and what are those needs for our families and kids, and let's provide that at the club as well. So we're really looking at different partnerships and what that building's going to look like, and kind of have a community resource center there as well. And then hopefully we'll be starting a capital campaign at some point in the near future to remodel, build, expand, or whatever that looks like.
Great. Speaking of capital campaigns, fundraising, what does that look like as far as how are you fundraising? What are you doing? How much money do you need, I guess, to make all this kind of happen?
Yeah, so 3 years ago, we had 1 location in Nampa, our main site off of Garrity. It was about $700,000 a year to fundraise. We now have 5 locations. We had 13 staff 3 years ago. We now have 92 staff, including our teachers that stay late and tutor. And so we've had huge growth, and a lot of that is expanding to Caldwell, and we want to be here, but we've got to sustain that. So we have some fundraisers coming up and different things that we need to do to continue to be operational in Caldwell. This one-time grant was great, and it got us up and running, but we're going to sustain that, and we're here to stay. So we're excited to do that and can use as much help with that as well. One thing that we love to do is tours. So if anyone's interested, please reach out to us. Give me a call. I'd love to give you a tour of our location and talk about our plans. And you can see the kids in action and what they do every single day. The best way to know about the club is to see it.
Now, if somebody wanted to get involved in supporting the Boys and Girls Club, either financially or volunteering with their time, what's the best way that they can do that, and how can they make that happen?
Yeah, reach out to myself or any of my team. Our number is 208-461-7203. Please reach out to me. I'd love to give you a tour and talk about different ways you can get involved from volunteering. We always love volunteers and adults to come in and hang out with these kids. Some of these kids may not have positive adult mentors in their life, and so we really try to bring in guest speakers in to talk about not only careers but life skills. Having Les Schwab Tires come in and show them how to change a tire. We had a veterinarian come in and talk to our kids about how they got into that field, and we all learned how to do surgery on a turtle. It's something I never thought about, but you never know what the kids are going to ask, and that was the question they asked, and something I had never thought of, and it was a great day. And I will tell you, that child, every time I see her, She tells me how she's going to be a veterinarian when she grows up. So we like to bring in any skills, talents that will talk to the kids, give high fives, play a game of pool. It's simple, but you learn a lot, and the kids really open up to you if you're in there.
Sure. So we have the golf scramble coming up.
Yes,
right? Can you tell us more
excited.
about that?
Yeah. September 8th, we are the mayor's choice for the charity this year for the mayor's golf tournament. We still have some teams available and some sponsorships available, and so please reach out. We'd love to get you involved. But our goal is to raise $100,000 this year to help sustain Caldwell, and so we're super excited for that partnership and very appreciative of Mayor Wagner and the city for picking us this year. But another exciting thing is that we every year, as part of our fundraising, is we raffle off a car. This year's car is a 68 Ford Mustang. Tickets are $100 each. We have only 2,000 tickets, and we are going to give it away at the Mayor's Golf Challenge that day. So we're super excited about that. So if you're interested in purchasing a ticket, please reach out again, 208-461-7203. And we can get you a ticket reserved. You can also pick it up at Les Schwab, as well as First Champion has tickets, and then any of our sites will also have tickets as well.
Now you also do a gala.
We do.
Every single year. Can you tell, maybe, people are like, yeah, I want to support in the summer, but maybe during the rest of the year, what do you guys have going on? Yeah.
In the spring, we do a big Denim and Diamonds gala. This is our, I think, 17th year, 18th year of having our gala. But we have about 600 businessmen and women. Our goal is 700 next year. It's at the Ford Idaho Center. We bring in lights and pipe and drape. You wouldn't recognize the Idaho Center, and it's a night to celebrate kids and to raise money for kids to support our community. And so we'd love for you to reach out. We don't have a date yet. We get that in January, so we'll be posting that. And would love to reach out and get a table reserved. It's $100 a plate person. Live silent auction is where we reveal the car for the following year of what car we'll be raffling off that year. So we're super excited about our gala every year. It's a huge, fun night for kids.
Yeah, it's a great night to win a puppy too. Right?
It is.
So,
we always have a puppy every year. So.
Was there anything else that you wanted to share with us? Anything going on that's near and dear to your heart that you wanted to push out there?
Yeah, just thank you. Caldwell's been amazing. Really opened their arms to us, and we're so happy to be a part of this community. And please reach out. We'd love to give tours. Again, the best way to see what we do is for you to come and see it. See the kids in action and our staff in action is one of my favorite things to do. So please reach out. I'd love to give you a tour.
Yep, and then definitely reach out if you personally or your business is interested in helping sponsor the golf scramble, or if you're just interested in just donating or sending some crew down just to help out or volunteer, or even give an in-person. You guys do in-person field trips, right? People can come in and just kind of.
Yes, please. We love to have those expertise come in from everything from careers, but life skills, cooking, all of that. We love to have volunteers come in and help our kids teach. 4-H came in this summer, and they're doing a garden, so they're learning all about seeds and growing their own food. So anything you have any expertise, please come in. We'd love to get you signed up to speak to our kids.
Sweet. Well, thank you so much, Melissa. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.